But certainly for Stown and jabbi coming into this is about a proof of concept that they've made the right decision. So much controversy, and the only thing that gets it behind you is winning. This has a lot on the line for the mentality, and as we know, this Astralis lineup back at the Blast premiere was looking solid, gave some good early glimpses. Here's a set of utility, and the pistol round execute is coming in for Heroic.
Fully into the A bomb site to kick off the first round of this game, and jabbi is going to detect that. He's not alone though, he has got Device in the shadows, waiting to pounce with his USP, and he'll do exactly that. Device on the double, brings down Kixan and Nico Dawes with no issue. And Astralis are up better for the time being, but that's pulled back by NertZ. Yet to see that bomb go down. It's a bit of a fumble inside of the site, but Heroic eventually lock it in.
Yeah, 2 great kills from Device, but the fact that he muffled a couple of shots early on, which gave some space over to Heroic, so they still have a pretty solid post-plant situation. Retake is going to come in, the strength of it from CT spawn.
Well, TezS up on top of the bin, has got himself the headshot, puts BlameF into it, and the follow-up on Stair is fantastic. That cancels out any chance for Astralis getting back into this pistol round, and Heroic will start off with a stronger. And this is starting to look pretty nice for Heroic. Nice simple call, works out perfectly.
Yeah, just a little A execute, and again, despite the nice kills, it's like even just the missed shots from Device allow those players to move up and scale onto the bomb site. If he's getting those quicker, his teammates have a little bit more room to work with. That A defense might be a little bit stronger, but it just took them too long to connect the shots. And Heroic able to trade themselves into the bomb site and win an easy post-plant, 1-0.
What have you made of the whole Heroic Astralis swap? Because I think Device was saying in the interview, the content piece, obviously he's going to have a very different view of it, but he said both parties are happy. I don't think that's necessarily going to be fully true, Jason.
Yeah, that's maybe him projecting his own emotions towards the other side of the server. Yeah, I mean, look, this Heroic one, in my mind, it's very cobbled together, and it'll be interesting to see if they can make it work. It doesn't get me excited in any way, and certainly nothing that happened in Copenhagen last week with Heroic has changed my mind on that. So still working through some things, and you have to remember, they have a little bit more of a challenging adaptation and steps to take with this new roster, especially considering a new in-game leader coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how Kixan does here in Katowice. Stair gets caught in an awkward position. There was a chance, there was a couple of players here for Astralis on the force buy over towards the correct side of the map, but it's being cut apart, and with that kill from NertZ, that should confirm it. 2-0 for Heroic, and Astralis' force buy does not pay off.
Yeah, Stair missed his timing and trying to transition into that crossfire with the player over in dark, and smoke coming out way too late. The scaling was already there, and Heroic gonna have a second one, as you mentioned. Stair's a player who's had to adjust a lot. You want to talk about the Astralis side of the equation and their roster changes. Stair's kind of a guy who's had to sacrifice a few of his spots, and Device had some very positive words for him in Copenhagen as well, shouting him out for how well he's done adapting so that jabbi and Stown and their kind of addition to this roster can have some space to get comfortable.
If anything, it looks like he's doing better now than he was previously in the more favored roles, right? He's doing a lot better of a job here in the more supportive element in the team. It's good to see. Hopefully that continues into a tournament of the size of Katowice, because sometimes a tournament of this scale can get under the skin of some of the more inexperienced players.
Yeah, and I think if we go back to the conversation, Kixan as a kind of an in-game leader obviously helped with Apex, but coming into Heroic, it's a different task putting this team together with some already experienced players as well. You switch to the other side of the equation on Astralis, BlameF on the in-game leader helmet. It's like, he's sitting there and he's like, I've been considered a good in-game leader for a while. This is the best team we could have put together in Denmark. This is the best Danish team we could have thrown together. Finally, he has a 5 where he can prove if he's a great in-game leader. So you're at different scales operating on the top, you know, the head of both of these teams.
One is for glory, the other a rebuilding period for them, but a full eco on a couple of players here for Astralis. They obviously didn't get off to the best of starts here, and that force buy, it can sometimes come back to bite you in that second round, especially in a best-of-1 environment that we have ourselves here to kick off Katowice.
Yeah, tough, unforgiving start to this format. jabbi's going to back away as the utility comes in. All lines of sight taken away. Well executed from Heroic. And they should be able to waltz into an easy plant and clean things up after the fact. Boost over, though. Nets 1 for Stair.
Yeah, good shot from Stair, but confirms at least a couple more around the back of that smoke. And no ground taken for Astralis.
And a full retake is unlikely in this situation. If you're Astralis, you're hoping to have some engagements. You might want to keep these guys as close to the bomb site, deep into the bomb timer as possible. Do some damage. See if you can just get guns out of their hands, because the defuse is unlikely.
Putting pressure onto some of these Heroic Heroic players. Nice shot from Stair on the follow-up, his second of this round, and Nico Dawes and Shush combined together to prevent any further kills. But that kill from BlameF will come through, and Astralis will come out a little bit happy about the fact they got a few extra kills here on the way out.
Yeah, look at how, I mean, BlameF even just freezing NertZ as close as possible. Bomb's going to go off, and NertZ goes down with it. So 4 kills in the round for Astralis. That ain't bad. They'll take that into the first gun round.
Yeah, money situation now in full effect for Astralis. They'll be able to get a buyout. It doesn't look like they have enough resources for it, so likely just to see the full rifles come in for Astralis in their first gun round of the defense.
And this is where we get to see kind of Matthew talking about the Mirage that we saw against Vitality back at Blast, the aggressive nature. How does Astralis want to open this up? Is it going to be in your face? Is it going to be disruptive out of the gate? Or are they going to save that in their back pocket if things go wrong?
Very simple calls so far from Kixan. So we'll see if that continues into the gun rounds. Heavy presence outside of the A bomb site. Looks like it has a bit of speed behind this one, Jason.
Yeah, it does. Hitting a timing. Here they are up A ramp. BlameF. Over at the stairs, it's jabbi with the first kill. He's isolated and can't convert and can't build upon it.
NertZ taking more space, getting closer towards jungle and connect to that smoke blown open. Great use of the HE grenade. BlameF is gone, decapitated. And Astralis down to just 3 players in the first gun round. There's no chance at winning this one. They've got to save.
Yeah, likely. They might stick around and see if any opportunity, but Stair's already backing away into the B bomb site. Heroic coming in, very simplistic first gun round. As you mentioned, a little bit faster pace, not a rush, but found a pretty quick timing and just knock Astralis out of the round. Utility isolates jabbi up on top of the balcony, and the defense can't hold from there. Can't even hold for a post plant.
And slow starts can sometimes, in best of ones, especially in MR12, really cost you the game. You know, you don't give yourself enough leeway to come back into it if you have a very poor first half. And Astralis need to try and pick up their socks as soon as possible.
Yeah, there was a lot of forgiveness in those 3 extra rounds that we're no longer playing with. There's a lot of recovery opportunity in there.
It is great to be back in the Hall of Heroes, though, Jason. You know, just seeing some of the memories of players up there in huge portraits, it's what makes this game kind of beautiful, is the fact that we do have that history to call back on, not just in the players, but this specific event as well, right? We've been coming here for a decade of Counter-Strike in Katowice, and now the first time CS2's here. Must have been pretty cool for you being along the whole journey.
Yeah, a lot of it. Not the whole thing.
No, you watched it. You know?
All right, mid-control this round for Heroic. 1-3-1 setup for the T side. Utility down and window and con. They've been able to replenish some of these M4s for another crack at it, Astralis.
Yeah, looking to be a little disruptive as well. 2 players push up through the apartments. Now Stair left to his own devices. He's pushed up a little closer, and because of his position, he might be able to catch out NertZ here.
I think more than anything, because of his position, Device is able to rotate off Catwalk. It's advanced position to get an early warning towards the B bomb site, and obviously if they come up Catwalk, a very tough position to deal with. The Stair is over in the halls. A new angle to battle with that B bomb site, so Astralis can focus more towards con, more towards window and middle. And Heroic has yet to make their second move.
Yeah, default coming in from them, taking that mid-control. The underpass player in position now in NertZ. They've got the mid-control they've been looking for. Astralis have given them that, not contesting it. And Heroic just going through the motions as we now hit 45 seconds on the timer. jabbi position close to ramp. Here's the flash play. Nico Dawes slightly caught by it, but not enough to make it uncomfortable. And he handles jabbi, eats Incendiary, but he's not going to be looking towards Underwood because he spotted the player at CT. So this is strong from Astralis. This is a good hold towards the end. 30 seconds left to make a play, and NertZ has to crack it open. Good first headshots down, brought down, and a 2v3 is doable for Heroic.
I gotta cover him. This is all on NertZ. Plant's going down. Good shot. Plant is gonna come in, and we've got a 2-on-2. There's a flank, however, from Stair, and will they expect it?
Yeah, because of his early position at B, he's been able to get that flank on. Oh, it takes a while, but eventually we'll connect that kill on NertZ, leaving Kixan in the 1v2. In Katowice, he'll be tested on his in-game leadership, and now his individual skill cannot get it done in the 1v2, and it will be Astralis to pick it up.
Yeah, found a way to isolate the fight, can't connect the shot, and that is a nice job from Astralis. Never expecting that second player to be advanced in dark at the A bomb site when the push on ramp got negated. And a pretty solid defense, but it's allowed by the rotation. It's allowed by the positioning, the advanced positioning from Stair over in halls is able to make this defense so strong that you can afford to lose a player on the aggressive peek down ramp for information. For
the first time, Astralis will now have the resources to get the AWP. into the hands of one of the greatest players to ever touch the weapon. So Device has it out. Let's see if that can change the face of this game, because Heroic did get the better start. Astralis now have a chance to get their hands on it.
Blows open the smoke to give himself some extra seconds for the mid shot. Nets him nothing but a very mid-centric defense. It's down up in ladder room, Blame F top con. Device is going to shift over towards Catwalk.
Heavy B play coming in for Heroic, though, currently set out with multiple players outside of the apartments. Now, we talked about Star's step up in performance. He has to do it again here.
It's a perfect defense, though. Back-to-back rounds, Astralis has been able to have the right call and the players in the right position to hold off the attack.
Well, Star, here he goes. His Device connecting first. Tessa's caught. Good flash setup, allowing Star for the peak, and he holds down nearly for 3, but he'll settle with the double. It does keep Astralis ahead in the player count, and 1 minute and 5 seconds left on this clock.
Yeah, now they have a decision to make. Does NertZ remain aggressive and try and open this up? There's 1 minute on the clock, so he's hoping for another mistake out of the defenders. He already caught Blame F on a lurk up con. Yabbi's going to slide out. Easy kill, and Kixon was coming to join up, and now he's got simply no options.
Yeah, low health too, with 36. He'll come out through the underpass. Would take an absolute miracle to even get close to finding himself in a winning position. He's going to creep ever closer up the connector. Eventually should be detected by Stown, who will then call that information to Jabbi, who will close the round, and a second for Astralis picked up in a row.
Nice job from Astralis. Again, these mid-round adjustments, putting them in the right position. Stare taking a peek in B-Halls for a double kill before the execute can begin. But when you get caught by Device at that angle with the op, you know that B-Split's in trouble.
And Jabbi, you can see, just proactive, not just sitting back and hiding under the wood. He makes a play forward, and that's the move that detects NertZ and really unravels around. Timeout taken for Heroic, first of 3.
Yeah, first of 3. That change coming into effect with CS2. 3 timeouts now instead of 4. They'll talk things over as they've been read and shut down in back-to-back rounds.
Interesting coaching situation over in Astralis, waiting for the arrival of Rugga. It's been a turbulent time trying to fill the spot of Zonic over the years. Haven't managed to really do it in the coaching department as well as the players.
I mean, they've struggled to replace pretty much everyone, as you'd expect from that greatest of all time lineup over the years. They've gone through a lot of iterations, and just now feeling like they have the right setup, the right team to return to glory. Katowice would be a great place to put your first mark on the Counter-Strike scene. Deep nade down A ramp. Gonna miss out on damage, and Blame F's got some info.
Sends the nade on into the bottom of the ramp, and a lot of damage done through that smoke at Palace. So Heroic handed some weaker players to kick things off, and now Jabbi, well, he's pinned in the corner. Oh, he does well for a second. He's still standing. He's still fighting, and Jabbi cuts them open. A 4K right away at the start of this map, and Jabbi is feeling it on that A-bomb site.
That's got to be frustrating, because Heroic has to feel like they had so many advantages. That happened previously on the A execute as well, where Jabbi is isolated. Blame F stuck behind a smoke. He's the only one. Top balcony again, but this time, times the follow-up peak perfectly. And no one from Heroic could read where the play was coming from next. What a sequence from Jabbi.
He just devastates them in that hole. They know where he is. It looked like he was in the disadvantageous position, right? He's pinned in the corner with multiple players coming at him, but enough distraction set up with his teammates too. And this should now be Astralis tying things up without issue. Nikodas caught the timing, just couldn't seize the opportunity.
Yeah, why not take a risk when all you've got is the deagle? Lower economy, see if you can go get just a cheeky 1 dig. You had the timing, you had one chance at it. It was going to be a tough shot.
We were damn close to getting the first ace of Katowice right there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have had to wait long. First half of the first game. Just the 4K in the end.
A little bit of posturing. Ooh, there goes Stare. That's not ideal. I think just jumping for information, that had to have been a beautiful shot from NertZ. So defense gets thinned out just a little bit, but still plenty of advantages for Astralis to recover. Unarmored deagle. There's a little bit of armor passed around. 3 players with armor, but no utility to work with.
And they're just drifting back for the B-bomb site where a lot of presence was seen. And coming back over towards this A-bomb site instead. And BlameF doesn't like the fact he doesn't have the information, so he's made a play through the underpass to clear out apartments, and now should ready his troops in defense of the A-bomb site.
Jabbi's going to have a big job to do, and he's pretty committed. He's got to be careful with these deagles coming out of Palace, and he doesn't realize it just yet, but you're going to want him to stay alive as long as possible to give Device the space, and they switch up. Device takes Palace, and Jabbi stays underneath, and the AWP is doing work at a distance and shut down with ease.
Easy ones. He delivers those kills systematically up towards the Palace.
So reliable.
Absolutely. Still crazy how last year you wouldn't say it was a very good year for Astralis, yet Device and BlameF still somehow getting placed so highly in the top 20 players of the year.
Yeah, individually for those two, very good, but obviously a little bit of chaos around them trying to find pieces that work.
Now 4 of the top 20 players in the world find themselves in Astralis' ranks. They want to try and get some results, some team accolades to go alongside that. And BlameF gets down in mid. NertZ looking to play around the sides of the smoke.
Still heavy numbers over in the B halls for Heroic. 3 players with the bomb looking to go right at Stair. It's a question of what NertZ can accomplish in middle because his teammate has gone down and coming through. You got 3 players ready to take you down, and Stair's going to go passive.
Oh, good play behind the bench, using the smoke as extra cover. Decides not to fight, but Nico Godard's got a little bit too deep into the bomb site, and Stair gets removed because of that. Bomb plant now going down for Heroic. Every fight going against Astralis, and now it has to be a retake with even numbers.
Yeah, and despite the opening 2 kills for Astralis in middle, this is a really sketchy situation. They lose the next 2 after that, and they don't have control of market for this retake, so Jabbi's going to have to be very, very cautious. Stout and Device will start this off from Catwalk, but that might be the signal to save, especially with Device not connecting on a trade, and I think those are the opportunities missed that will force them back.
Yeah, Device is quite fortunate not to go down there as well at short, so he'll take his second life and look to try and cash them on the exit, realizing that bomb explosion is not forgiving, and Device steals an extra away right at the end. But that is Heroic back into the lead.
And all by virtue, I mean, the mid aggression works out so well for Astralis, but if you're Heroic and you see that 3 players in middle, you're saying they got to have resources from the B bomb site, so coming in and finding 1 kill gives them a very secure plant and positioning to hold on to it. At a timeout, a first one used from Astralis.
BlameF just having his say across the board.
Got those fancy green hand warmers.
Yeah, they do. I recently got one of those myself, Jason. It's quite good at this time of the year.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, if you don't want to turn the heat on, you just crack one of those into your hands and you're able to frag. Doesn't really help me in that department, but at least my hands are warm.
At least your hands are warm. That's a good point. Cold hands is one of the worst things.
Absolutely is. You don't want to get cold feet here in Katowice, and good start for Heroic. Has kind of been pulled back by Astralis. Important that they were able to find a couple of those rounds, important rounds early in the gun rounds to really start to pull this half together, because this could have been a dominant showing for Heroic at the start of the half based on the beginning that they were able to get.
Yeah, and obviously all the vibes of this from what we've seen of these 2 teams, you know, in their short times together has been this had a chance too of being a blowout for Astralis, the team that's looked far stronger in their matches last week. Could have gone either way, but we're neck and neck, which we love to see. This tactical timeout has turned into a tech pause as everyone gets comfortable. You touched on the coaching situation of Astralis. Also, I mean, over in Heroic, you know, one of the big moves as well is Saul coming over from Ensign. One of the big reasons why NertZ made the switch as well was to stick around with his former coach and continue playing under him.
Yeah, Saul and the snappy combo we thought would continue for a very long time, but at the end, events, that relationship ends, but at least he's been able to bring a piece with him. And NertZ, what a piece he is. I think a lot of people, the community sentiment is actually a little disappointed that NertZ went to a team like Heroic with this roster, right? I don't think people are particularly excited about Heroic, and having someone with NertZ's skill level, a rookie of the year, being inside of this team, sure. I don't think people are too happy with that. I
just didn't enjoy seeing that ENCE roster blow up. I liked watching that ENCE team. It was one of the most fun teams. Yeah, entertaining as hell.
We had a couple of matchups between FaZe Clan and ENCE you might have seen that were absolutely incredible, and I think that probably really highlights the entertainment events.
But I mean, it's a new journey for NertZ now, right? Like you're coming into a team where you are going to be the star player, brand new pieces around you. You have to learn how everyone works, learn how the team is going to work, and find a way to be effective and remain a strong player within the new team that you're building. So a new journey for him, and for Saw, you'd imagine. Smokes out from Shush. It looks like back to the A bomb site. All 5 players from Heroic called out a spawn. Another execute, this time the main thrust coming from Palace.
Flashbang held at the ready.
BlameF's already at top mid.
Device is waiting for the Palace peak again. Absolutely no way through. NertZ is taken out. Device will follow up with utility to plug that gap, and that has forced Heroic to search for another option. But BlameF, like you said, his early positioning gets himself into spawn. And it will be 1 kill for BlameF. Probably could have got away with another one, but he's detected the fallback plan for Heroic, and this has allowed Device to change position and get in towards top middle. Yeah,
it's also, you know, he's overextended a little bit, so you have this angle, but if they come right at you, could be in danger. Looking for the information. Oh. What a flick up. Needed it. He's going to stick around and go for more, and that flick doesn't land.
Yeah, it would be kind of ridiculous if you hit both of those flicks on the attempts. Device gets away with another one, and the early success from Device and BlameF has put Astralis 1 player ahead in the final 45 seconds.
This round can still be dangerous, though, because it has thinned the defense and forced them to spread around the map. An isolated defender and jabbi at the A bomb site. Stair's going to stick around on catwalk monitoring B, and Stound's going for an aggressive push. So if they can get into a site and find jabbi without taking any damage, without losing a player, all of a sudden you've got a 2-on-2 with plenty of time. But that window of opportunity is closing. Might have even closed entirely at this point. Stound is close behind them. And no time to clear this position.
Yeah, jabbi's just going to peek out from the firebox. That should be 1, and with 3 players still up and 9 seconds left, it's just impossible for Shush to get anywhere.
Yeah, that was bold. I don't know if there's necessarily anything Heroic could have done a little bit better, but you're kind of hoping and praying that no one is at that bomb site whatsoever. There's so many positions that you would have had to clear, so you're just kind of praying that you can get one off for free. We're all tied up now.
Let's take a look at a smoke that didn't quite go where it should have, and that's towards stairs, which allowed Device to get this kill. Nice note. And that's what can happen. You miss 1 smoke in the game, and it costs you the round. It costs you the opening move.
Feels like Astralis knew that was coming as well. Device at stairs with the op peering towards Palace. You had Stound rotating back towards CT stairs. You had jabbi a little bit more aggressive than we've over towards triple, and it felt like they had a sense that there's a chance that A hit is going to come in, because we've seen Heroic. That was probably, what, the 3rd time they've ran just to, you know, an execute. They changed the point of attack a little bit, but Astralis is starting to say, okay, if this is what you like to, we'll lean towards this bomb site to start things out. We'll shut this tactic down from you.
And that's forcing Heroic to try and find different options. They've used their 2nd timeout in this half. Only 1 remaining for the rest of this map. And when Device has pulled out that AWP, it really has turned around, hasn't it? Astralis have just had an extra detail that has prevented Heroic from taking space. And BlameF and Device, that combo back at it in middle. It's BlameF running up towards top mid. Oh, he gets confused, and he gets muddled, and he gets taken out without issue. Tesses with the headshot, Device trades.
Oh, Sharsh wants that fight out towards catwalk, able to force him back. Molotov will keep the defender at bay. So Stound a little bit harassed, and NertZ has stepped through the smoke for a challenge. And so has Shush.
3v3. Bomb going towards the B bomb sign. That would be the correct call for Heroic. They don't know it yet, but soon they will figure it out. Nikador's the closest player to that B bomb site, and no one from Astralis defending it. Stound is preoccupied with Shush, who is coming through jungle. Now spotted. And Stound is worried about the position of Shush and the direction he was looking at, considering that B split potential. Stound goes back to try and plug the gap before they arrive, and he might have got there in time. Nice kill from Stound. He'll drop into the site, trying to be elusive. Just enough ammo to collect that kill. Stound is destroying them alone, and Shush now taken down to low health. And the cavalry of Astralis is arriving, but Stound does not need them. A reload inside of the site, and Astralis will take the lead again.
Quad kill from Stound in the round. What a huge performance, because that's all on him. When you notice that player jumping up in towards windows and your teammates, both of them are at the A bomb site, you're the only one who can hold off the B hit. And you're telling your players, you know they're going to be delayed because they have to be cautious. They have to deal with the lurk before they can arrive. So this was Stound single-handedly and knowing he was the only chance to hold off the B hit.
Here comes the utility into middle. Last round of this half. Astralis trying to lead by an extra round here. They want 2. Heroic. This is not the buy that's going to fill you full of confidence. MP7 out, Gleals, and Deagles is what they have for the last round of this first.
It's very labored, and they've spread into a default as well. Kicks in for some late mid utility to help NertZ coming from underpass. TeSeS is over towards top mid. And Device will be smoked off, so the AWP kind of negated, although there's quite the gap in that for Device.
Yeah, it's like the Grand Canyon right here for Device to look through, and it's a nice shot. TeSeS can do nothing about that. Device waits, and he still has the gap to get the kill, and NertZ will have to trade it. So back into a 4v4, but the problem is for Heroic, you need some other area of the map here, and maybe the pressure towards A could work out.
Yeah, Jabbi's all alone. Now they've cleared out mid, they know it's coming, and Jabbi swings out for Palace. That's the first kill, and Kixin and Nikados have nothing to do. They have a Molotov that can flush him out into the open, but he'll gladly take those fights with the AK-47.
Yeah, strong hold from Jabbi throughout that entire first half. It's Astralis with a poor start, but a strong finish in half number one. It's Astralis with a narrow lead in this first matchup of former teammates and the opening game of Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2024. Plenty of work for Heroic to do. They posted 4 in a row, Jason, and since that point, it's just been a single round.
Yeah, and that was the hot start. They cooled off real quick, or Astralis extinguished it, but either way, that's got got to be a tough mindset going into the second half when you've lost 7 of 8 rounds to close out the first. You start feeling like your last win was oh so far away. Let's see if Heroic can get back onto it. CT side. And Astralis heading towards the B bomb site with all 5 players. 3-man stack on the defense, 2 at the site at the bench, and 1 over towards Catwalk.
This double setup at jail. And the bench could be absolutely devastating for Astralis if they dive on into it. Kixan gets his 2nd kill of this game and eventually will go down. NertZ behind the bench. Oh, a lot of shots coming out of NertZ's pistol and many of them landing. That's going to be the pistol for Heroic. 1 away from tying up the game now.
Dang, that's a nice little bait and switch setup as well. You'll never expect a 2nd player at bench, especially when you've already seen a crossfire out towards Catwalk as well. Nice defense from Heroic. That's both pistols in their favor. Quick tap from Kixan. Tests as well, chiming in from a distance, but NertZ is the real power play, just chilling and biding his time. It's 6-7.
And this time Astralis don't go for the force buy. They've gone for the more conservative approach. They didn't get the bomb plant. If you get the bomb plant, the T side is a completely different story, but it's the full Glocks now, so we can all take a back seat and enjoy this one from afar. Hope you guys are enjoying the start of this wonderful 2 weeks of Counter-Strike we have for you. It's a great time coming out here to Katowice once a year and having the action unfold in front of us.
Yeah, starting the year under the big lights.
Very true. It's the first Masters level event we've had in CS2, so that's going to be very exciting to see how it all transpires. And this is going to be not so exciting this round, Jason. This should be a bit of a melt down for Astralis.
Yeah, really the only point of danger, jabbi with that deagle, he's going to come out and bait this jump. You have BlameF and Stare. They could collapse onto this, but with the more powerful, the M4s, the rifles, yeah, easy cleanup. As you mentioned, not too exciting. BlameF only gets the 1. And Heroic don't have to worry about anything in that round. But now the buy comes in. AK-47's utility picked up for Astralis for their first offensive gun round.
The calling style of Kixan in that first half was very simplistic, right? We've seen a lot of heavy executes into bomb sites, contact play in the first gun round. Interested to see where the comparison can be drawn between BlameF and Kixan's calling style here in the...
Well, it's to be expected of the new rosters, right? And even Maniac on the desk kind of brought up that point, is just in terms of playbook to playbook, there's no way that Heroics had the time to develop it. Fast pace, punch in the face from Astralis. jabbi has the opening kill. And this mid-play from Heroic, they know Shush has dropped down. They know there's one more player who has to fight to escape, and they're not... Oh, they will let him. He gets away. He gets a kill on top of it.
4v4 drawn out because of those early skirmishes. Now with 1 minute 20 seconds, still so much time left in the round. Heroic just juggling some weapons, adjusting the defense, putting NicoDoz up on top of those ninja boxes, and Kixan will drop back elsewhere.
Yeah, willing to play retake on that A bomb site. The defense is over towards Khan as well. Happy to be blocked off by utility as long as they can control Khan in the middle of the map. If the A hit comes to pass, a little bit of cheese from Heroic with that NicoDoz boost with the SMG. Astralis still content to control middle, keeping BlameF in position, using this smoke timing and window, denying information. BlameF sees the peek. Nade blows open. He calls it out. He's been cleared. And Astralis hustle over to A ramp.
Pretty surprising BlameF even gets a kill in that engagement. I thought he was dead to rights with nothing, but still manages to get a little bit out of it. And now with 35 seconds left, Astralis make their final pounce of the A bomb site. And you mentioned the retake setup. Might not come down to a retake here. Kixan strong enough. NertZ will not be though. Flash connects from Device. And NertZ will fall down. So 2v2, bomb plant starting to come in. And here's that retake attempt now starting to come in for Heroic. NicoDoz is so low on health. Luckily, he's able to switch out to a better weapon.
Oh, no kits, and Kixan has no head. And yeah, now NicoDoz is in the horrifying decision, or I guess the easy decision, of just saving the weapon with 22 health. So Astralis find a way in the mid-round to readjust on the map, using BlameF as a pivot point, and a solid late-round hit towards the A bomb site will keep them nursing a lead, or regaining a lead at 8-7.
And it's been jabbi who's really stepped up across this map. 15 kills, 8 deaths. And a lot of those A holds were simply done. And he got that 4K early on in the game. It was so sick.
He got tested a lot in that first half. He had a lot of attention sent his way, jabbi. And he stood pretty damn tall. 15-8. Even gets the opening kill here. As the mid play from Tesses and Shush is a little bit late on the timing, so they're already swinging out mid. Didn't expect the pace and aggression that Astralis brought to the table.
And here comes the smoke out in towards window, allowing Astralis some quick utility to drop down in mid. But they're worried about a heroic push, so actually respecting it and allowing the underpass player to come into position before they round out top middle. There's a gap in that smoke again, used by Device in the first half. Now in the second half, Nikodar's having a bit of a go, and Device is very aware of it. He sends a few bullets towards that position, and Nikodar's fortunately not standing in the spot to take the damage.
Yeah, that smoke's filling out the window a little bit more than the one Device had to encounter in the first half. Taking that gap away, we'll see when the AWP comes out. NertZ is going to push out towards Palace, so gaining information. Palace is clear. That allows resources to shift backward from the A site and look elsewhere for heroic. And once again, Astralis have taken complete mid control, sitting very, very nice at the 1 minute mark. Astralis might just be respecting...
the bomb, I was worried for a second there. The bomb goes back, doesn't...
Oh, they got it. Don't you worry. Jabbi ain't gonna forget that bomb. This is turning into a B split up catwalk.
He's coming up short, looking for this split, and the problem is Heroic have so many players inside of the site for the defense, so this might not be as easy for Astralis as they are hoping. And Kixan hearing the burning. He's trying to help his teammates out, but it's not going so well until his turn comes through. A double from Kixan. Staring Jabbi creating more space for Astralis, but 28 seconds left. Kixan has done so much. After a disastrous first half, it's got to be a good feeling getting off to a good start here in the second half. We saw this in the first half as well when Astralis on the CT side. We saw like a B Halls push from Stare, give information over that allowed Astralis to cheat towards the A bomb site. This is the same thing, just in reverse. With NertZ pushing up towards Palace, seeing it's clear, hearing nothing at A ramp, and allowing Heroic to park 3 players at the B bomb site for that split. Information being the ultimate victor in that round. And once again tied up, and Astralis is out of money. This game has been so back and forth about who is taking the lead, who's going to hold it. Neither team being able to stay in front for long. Jabbi from Palace looking for some magic out of that deagle. He might actually have a kiss with Shush inside of the smoke. Oh, it's a little bit of an awkward situation. Shush doesn't want to give away his position. He stays sneaky and goes underneath the wood in position ready to go if that Palace pop does come out. Astralis gets around the corner at ramp or Palace, just hoping they can get a fight, and none of them ending up in kills for either side so far.
Taking it slow. No real resources to get in here, so should be another slaughter for the Heroic side against unarmored pistols. And you know, this is the point, like next round is going to be so important when Astralis get their...
Oh.
Okay, hello. Deva.
You know, Device has got those in him, and he goes back out at the ramp, but even at this point, after that, you got to hit another one. I would say it wouldn't be enough, but there's only one defender here. Everyone else is so far away. No one's really hustling to get in. If they can trade Shush quickly, nice double kill. Holding back the Palace peak as well, moving himself into a safer position as he does it. Shush has done such a good job in a tough situation, and now the cavalry has arrived. Now the rest of the M4s flood in and put a stop to these shenanigans. Oh, nice shot from Jabbi, but remember that ramp flank is coming in, so even if Jabbi comes through here, he'll be taken out by Tesses. His former teammate will down him. Nice shot from Device. There was the world in which he gets that second shot onto the only A defenders you mentioned, but Shush with the step up. Or just trade him quicker and all of a sudden you're in a decent position. So good kills from Astralis. That'll make Heroic take a deep breath. As a timeout is called, this one from Astralis. All important round. Down 1, 8-9. And they want to take advantage of the weapons they're bringing out. Device is going to have the AWP. And this is the point of the game where it all kind of changes. Jabbi can say all he wants, that playing against your former teammates is fun. But you know what's more fun? It's having a win over them. Every time you see him at the hotel, every time you see him at the venue, having that knowledge that you beat him the last time you faced off. And just think about it from the Jabbi and Stown perspective, right? You've dealt with so much community pressure. Buzzkey was saying, like, Stown even deleted Twitter off his phone for a while. And you realize that you're going up against him in this opening game of Katowice. How much would it sting to lose to them? When everybody's talking about how weak Heroic have been, how weak they've looked. To lose is almost unthinkable for them. So a little pressure there. Winning solves those problems. Yes. Winning solves almost all problems. Losing exacerbates them. Yep. Jump out from NertZ inside of the connector. Gets a bit of information on that peak towards top mid of the Device AWP. And NertZ is not falling back. He's staying here with that temporary cover of the smoke. He feels like he can, but he realizes it's starting to fade away, and he needed to get away himself.
Doesn't take any damage as well. None of that spray connects. Follow up smoke at the base of Khan to give NertZ space to work with. Astralis, as we've seen throughout this half, they're fine with that utility being put out because they're not even flirting with it. They're not even moving down the ramp whatsoever. Content to have device positioned behind the boxes with the AWP. Punish any mid-round peaks, any mid-round information plays. And now, again at the 1 minute mark, starting to make their move.
Device just creeping slowly up short, getting information as he goes. No peek yet to come into his crosshair. And this is allowing Stown to comfortably walk up connector, but eventually that fight will come in for Astralis when they round the corner. Tessa's burning under the wood. Decides to use the smoke to keep himself in that position for a moment longer, and NertZ strikes on the double. Stown and BlameF both busy, and that is a double kill for NertZ to put Heroic in the better position. 30 seconds left in this round.
Oh, and NertZ takes down jabbi. It's just getting bad to worse. Stair's got to step up and be aggressive. He's got one. It's not enough because Tessus is still there. A troll under the boards, and Device has to try and save the op and bails out.
Yep, not enough time to get back to that bomb, and Kixan doesn't even challenge Device early on there. He lets him run away. He gets the information that Device has retreated up towards top middle. I think they're just going to have to let him go. So that's the round for Heroic, and it's the NertZ double. It's so sick on the timing on the jungle peak.
And then the nice thing about it for NertZ is Window's still smoked out when they start making that play. So he doesn't really, I mean, you have to be concerned about someone running through, but no one's going to peek you, right? So he feels a little bit more comfortable swinging out to the left and taking those fights. And as utility is pulled out as well, the worst possible moment for Astralis. And they lose a very critical swing round. Heroic now have a good grip on this map.
That is such a frustrating round. You can even see it on the face of BlameF. You don't even need to know how important that round is if you just look at his face. And here's Device peeking out again towards top middle. This time searching, actively trying to get that opening, but he's caught between two angles and taken out by the M4. So Nikodas locks in the first, and that was really the primary option for Astralis. That was their best weapon in play, and now it's just pistols.
Yeah, and because they saw Nikodas pushing up, they couldn't even go and try to recover the op and try and go for another one. This time the Deagle doesn't connect whatsoever, and all across the map, Astralis being shut down. Heroic is going to be on to 11 when all is said and done.
Nikodas misses the shot. Oh, what a shot from jabbi on the swing. Nothing Nikodas can do about that, but it gets even better. My God, the Deagles are coming in. And Stair is still here. The Storm may still have a chance to continue. But a nice shot from jabbi on the double. But it might just be a glimpse of impact and then fade into irrelevancy in this round because Heroic have calmed the Storm down. They've dropped back, and now Stair doesn't have a whole lot of chances.
Yeah, he's paused a little bit to allow them to back off these aggressive positions in mid. Tessus is going to come from that peak, and not quick enough. Stair can adjust. 11-8. It got a little bit dicey at the end, but never felt like the round was completely in reach for Astralis. They got one timeout remaining in regulation, and they're going to use it here. Another buy coming in, and they need a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, at this point, Jason, is do or die, right? At this point, as you turn this ship around completely, you might be staring down the face of Heroic taking a win over Astralis. And, you know, the history between these two organizations, the history between the players, what a way to start the day here for Heroic it could be. And we know how difficult it can be when you lose that opening BO1 at a tournament like IEM Katowice. You're in the play-in stage of the competition too, right? Astralis with this move have aspirations of making it all the way. They want to go all the way and challenge for that title. And then the first day of the play-in, they might suffer a brutal loss to Heroic in the opening BO1.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of whiplash coming out of Blast, where everyone was impressed with their performance, taking a series win over Vitality, over the best team in the world. If you can't get through the play-ins, that'd be rough. This first match is going to put them in a very tough spot. Kixan going to push up in middle. Excited at the prospect of Astralis' slow pace. He wants to get some space.
Through the back of the smoke, it's one from Kixan, and followed up by Nikodas. Astralis in this gun round, we said it's do or die. Well, it looks like they are going to die. Stair left in a 1v3. Astralis get nowhere. They don't even look like there's a chance in this round. And that's an opportunity for a kill you've got to take if you have any dreams of a 1v3, and it isn't going to happen. NertZ is fired up because they know that's map point for Heroic in this BO1.
Yeah, damn, they have so much confidence right now. Once they've gained this lead, they felt it within reach, and they're the ones taking the fight to Astralis. These last 2 rounds, aggression in middle. It didn't work earlier in the half. Astralis was able to kind of shut it down before it began, but they've gone right back to it. And Astralis is having no breathing room to work with. The timeout used from Heroic, calming everyone down, getting them to focus on the round at hand. They've got 4 chances to close out this match. All the pressure on Astralis.
So much pressure on their shoulders in that timeout taken for Heroic, just to really talk about things, make sure that this is the round they close it. This is their best opportunity. Astralis will come to this round with 3 Galils, an AK-4, 4 Galils, in fact, and an AK-47 in the hands of jabbi. Katowice had sprinkles of impact, and he had the AWP on the CT side. But the only player that's really stood tall for Astralis throughout this is jabbi, and that is not enough to defeat Heroic in this current form.
Well, we simplify things for Astralis. No mid control, not even challenging for just a window smoke, and NertZ knows it's empty. An A execute to keep the map alive for Astralis.
Katowice shooting down in towards the ramp. No kill connected yet. Astralis have a bit of space out of the A bomb site. Hopping over the stairway. It's going to be Stair running down to death as Shush takes him out. Heroic have the man advantage. And they are 1 step closer of closing this opening game versus Astralis, but that bomb will go through. Gives Astralis a fighting chance, and even more than that by BlameF. NertZ is taken out this time around, and Stown fights down towards CT. They combine, and those kills should confirm the round, and a lifeline for Astralis to keep going and push up to 9.
Yeah, it's always the tense point in those attacks when you get the bomb site, you know, essentially for free. You do lose a player jumping over and getting aggressive, but you spend all your utility on the hit, and then you don't have anything to hold them off, and this time they get the kills out towards CT spawn. Kixin gonna grab a double on the exit. But Astralis at 9, still fighting in this, now just 3 rounds away.
Those kills from Kixin, let's see how much they affect Astralis' purchase into this next round, because that could be one of the moves that helps the final blow come through. So you can get a couple of drops, obviously, from the saved players, and they should get every premium rifle they look for. This is the kill that really gets it going for BlameF, and then the double fight at CT had to go Astralis' way, and it does. Plenty of opportunities still for Heroic to close out this first game.
But a chance, I mean, still for Astralis, and you touched on it earlier, jabbi, 22 and 14. Next close on the team is 13, just from an individual numbers game. Astralis side, with all the strength and talent that they have in these players, it's not manifesting itself in the second half the way they'd like. jabbi's bought them time to wake up, and now everyone is needed if they want to force OT.
Katowice was searching for that opening kill over towards the B apartments. Was not given it. There's maybe a slight chance as Kixin jumped momentarily, but that doesn't come through. The issue I have, Jason, is look at the weapon that Kixin has, right? It's not the weapon you can really have a long-range fight with, and the timing on this boost might not work out for them.
Yeah, well, forget the weapon for now. The big thing is the Molotov and the smoke. He just puts out the Molotov towards middle, so he's not going to have it for a B hit, but this open position jiggled out of the way, and now Device steps up to the plate.
That could have been a very different story if NertZ lands that first shot, but Katowice is able to get through, and that miss whiff from TeSeS is not going to work out for Heroic here. They can't do anything about this, and the money has come down to a grinding halt at this point, so Heroic have no residual cash. They can't afford to risk a retake attempt. They've got to save, and now this puts Astralis up to 10 rounds on the board, and we're only 2 away from confirming overtime.
Yeah, you're going to be out of money with Heroic with only a 1-round losing bonus, so everything is going to hurt when it hits the deck. Stown finds another on the exit, that's Kixin. Astralis in the next round is going to have to contend with these 2 M4s, but around that should be basically nothing. So a little bit of breathing room to actually get to the final round to see if they can force overtime or fail at the final hurdle.
I'm sure we'll get to see this missed shot from NertZ again. Him being in that position, watching the apartments, allows those two players to stay inside a short. But when he misses the shot, it's all hell really breaking loose inside of that B bomb site because you've lost so much space there. You got to bring those short players on in.
And Device just sliding into that peak off the missed shot. It's a thing of beauty. There's the shot baited out. And NertZ can't handle the follow-up peak. 2 rounds away. And around those M4s, a deal for Tess's, a P250 for NertZ.
It's exactly how you put it, Jason. Nothing really around these M4s. Nothing of note.
Still can be dangerous. They wanted to challenge against what they know is going to be a weakened economy. 1-for-1 is okay for Heroic, but they lost the M4, one of the rifles that they had. And Stare for the trade and a follow-up kill and still applying pressure to this A bomb site.
Astralis have found a bit more comfort in this first map at this point. They see the light at the end of the tunnel. They see that overtime. Heroic didn't get what they wanted out of the initial rifle.
Yeah, but they've kind of they've read what's coming. All 3 players are here, so yeah, even though you only have the one single rifle to work with, you at least have the benefit. They're going to try and grab that gun. Oh, NertZ is in danger. I don't think they spotted it either. He sees the feet tapping away. Stares brought to about half HP, and NertZ is relentless. NertZ is relentless, but jabbi is there.
The double swing allows that kill to come in, but TertZ is traded out.
They won't know about Kixen.
They won't. He's such a good position here inside of default. Peeks out. It's just 1 for Kixen, but his teammate still stands and is one of the sharpest riflers in the world. NertZ on the 2nd kill, and jabbi's out of there. He's running back. It's a 1v1 for the series, for the first map of IEM Katowice, and NertZ is trying to get back to that B bomb site in time.
I think he's going to beat him. I think he goes towards the window. He's going to jump up towards Catwalk, goes towards the middle of the map to see if there's going to be a readjustment. So jabbi, best player in this map, has to win a 1v1 to keep Astralis alive.
NertZ in the clutch in this B bomb site has been known to pull off miraculous things, and here he comes. Crossing on over, misses the timing on the peak on jabbi, and now jabbi could be anywhere. He could be anywhere inside of this site. And NertZ does not have the utility to limit positions, and that time will start to run out. This one's for all the marbles, and it's jabbi to keep Astralis alive.
Oh, a tense clutch. jabbi, you could see at the end, had lost track of NertZ and realized that Catwalk was a danger point, so it was all down to timing, but jabbi has it. A big-time clutch.
And a big-time player at the moment, 24 kills, that makes it. And jabbi was the player that defended that double ramp push as well.
But you can just see, even just 2 rifles can be oh so dangerous at this level. Heroic almost just stealing the map-winning round. Here we go, round 24. Overtime or bust for Astralis, and BlameF is taken out of the fight immediately.
Now the bulldozer is dealt with, and now it's down up short, looking to try and make up for it. They're sending him reinforcements. They start to clear out ladder room. TertZ is trying to set up position, but they're not ready for Stown to arrive so quickly. He seizes his chance. He grabs that opportunity, but Stare crosses into the open without looking towards NertZ. And the Heroic defense are starting to bring down Astralis. It looks like they might just bring them down completely, and that is exactly what will happen. Heroic in the first derby of the Danes in 2024 come out on top of Astralis, and this one's gotta taste good.
Well, they say there is no sweeter taste than revenge, and for Heroic, nothing sweet.